All right, welcome to the Vault Report with PC assistant Nate Tomlinson. Providence is 10-2 overall, 1-0 in Big East play after the impressive defensive performance and win against Marquette. How we doing, Coach? I'll kind of start with that defensive effort. A potent Marquette offense. How'd you guys do it? What'd you like on that end of the floor?
It's something we've been doing it all year. So it's no, it's not like we just turned it on for that game. The guys have been really dedicated to that end of the floor. They did an exceptional job of locking into the scout personnel, knowing who the Marquette players were individually and what they like to do as a team, and then they just played hard, and that's something that they've been doing at that end of the floor, like I said, most of the year. So really pleasing result, but on to the next pretty quickly.
Definitely. I want to go to the next one. I'm going to force you just, to look at that Marquette game. I know it's been a couple days, which again is a long time as again, you guys obviously have Butler coming up right away. With that win, it would be important to know, obviously Providence, for those who did not know, has had the most home wins in college basketball in the last 3 years. Coaches change, players change, just for that environment, obviously the atmosphere that it provides. I know in the huddle, I think, Kim was mic'd up and he had mentioned though to the players, you can't play to the crowd. I'm paraphrasing there, but just the importance of the crowd, but also, new guys being in that environment and obviously playing within themselves.
Yeah, I didn't know the stat until I was watching the game, later that night, and it popped up. Obviously, we weren't here for all those wins, but 10 of them, we've been here, and or nine of them, and it's easy to see why that record is what it is. But we just want our guys to be so locked in on what's going on the court. But the home court advantage here at the AMP is unbelievable. For a Christmas break game, with no students there, the place was filled, louder than I've ever heard it, and that's just unheard of across the country. So it's a special place. We're glad it's our home, and we just hope it's another step up on Saturday.
Absolutely. And, Devin Carter, I just want to talk about him, his offensive evolution. He has always been known as a lockdown defender, still is. It's still kind of a marvel to watch, but just what he's been able to do from an offensive perspective. What have you seen since you got there, since the offseason, kind of the evolution of that part of the game, really becoming one of the most complete players, in the nation?
Yeah, well, when we first got here, we sat down like we did with every player and kind of go through their game, go through their statistical numbers. And as a guy that lives in the gym, it was hard to tell why his numbers were, not up to what I thought they were, um, because he just lives in the gym. He works on his game, he makes shots, every single day. Um, and it was just the process of, teaching him and explaining to him, hey, this is a good shot. You shoot this percentage when you're taking these types of shots. So let's shoot more of those. But man, he plays so hard on the defensive end. We try to give him as much freedom as possible on the offensive end because he's a very, very talented and unselfish offensive player. Um, and we need a lot of production from him on that end as well. So it's no surprise to us, the production we're getting from Dev on that end of the floor. 3-point shooting percentage, I think he's up to 39% now, which again, no surprise. He's taking good shots, he's shooting it confidently, and he should be because he works on his game.
Definitely. And, a couple more questions just on the Marquette game as we move to Butler. 17 assists on 22 field goals. It's evident, it seems evident that guys are kind of locking in terms of, the game plan, their roles, not, trying to play hero ball. What have you seen, the insight for the guys that, you witnessed, not just the Marquette game, but all season, kind of just, again, playing within that game plan? Because, again, you guys got a lot of studs. It seems like no one's, going out of their way looking for their own.
No, we have a saying, the go-to man is the open man, and we haven't always played that way. Across those 12 games so far, but I think we're starting to understand it, and we're starting to share the ball and and really understand that we have really good players, one-on-one players, and if we let them play in those one-on-one situations, it's really hard for teams to guard us instead of just, holding the ball and letting teams load up and defend us, 3-on-1, 2-on-1, those sorts of things. So taking care of the ball has been an issue for us. Was pleased that we were in the plus minus, with 17 assists, 14 turnovers on Tuesday night. But again, that needs to be even more. 14 turnovers is far too many. We need to keep trying to chop that number down.
Absolutely. And moving into, we've discussed, I think, in the past, there's no days off in the Big East. You got Butler coming up. What have you seen, from the tape? Obviously a group that, Coach Shimada has brought in some experienced guys, and they've gelled. I don't know. I think they've won, I believe, 7 or 8 in a row. But what have you seen from the tape? What do you guys need to do well in order to, again, be successful, carry this momentum into that game?
Yeah, a team that's playing really well, 7 in a row. A lot of new players that have meshed and gelled very quickly. Obviously, Coach Mart is a hell of a coach and does a great job. 10-2, same record as us. So we're expecting, no different. We'll prepare the exact same way we did for Marquette. And like you said, every game is like a championship level game, in this league, and we'll be ready for it.
Definitely. And just, last question, we've discussed, you're looking at a couple players. When I look at Floyd, Pierre, Garway, you're looking at that backcourt, important pieces that have had, in Pierre and obviously Floyd, guys that are having bigger roles. You look at, Garway playing in his first Big East game. Obviously, this is his first year in college. What have you seen from them? What have you liked? What are you guys continually working on, with them as they gain experience and again are taking these steps, each day, every game, every practice?
Yeah, it's it's an area and a position we need a little more consistency from. Those 3 guys, love them all to play well. I think if they do, our ceiling really elevates. Galway, first Big East game, 7 assists, 0 turnovers. I'll take that, every single night. Last 2 games, 14 assists, 0 turnovers. So I think he's trending, in the right way. But, it's something he's going to have to prove, every single day. Jaden's been, rock solid for us. Had a couple dips as the season's gone on. But, Corey is someone that we really believe in on the offensive end. We want him to keep shooting. We need him. We need his offensive production, and we'll keep imploring him to be aggressive on that end of the floor. And we expect him to score a lot for us coming up.
Definitely. Well, listen, Coach, I appreciate the time. I know Christmas season's upon us too, so I hope you're focusing on those gifts for the family as much as you are with this Butler game. I don't want you to forget any kid or any family member.
Well, these wins are the biggest gift of all. So if we get this, I'll feel like Santa, and I'll go shopping for everyone.
There you go. Happier dad, happier husband, right? All
Absolutely.
right. Well, listen, good luck on Saturday. We'll be in touch and appreciate it.
Thanks, mate. Go Friars.